Hello, beautiful Earth Tribe. Welcome back to my channel, Sky Above, Earth Below. This is Renee, and you're watching a timeless collective reading for the full blue supermoon in Pisces, August 2023. I've tried several times to film this intro, so I'm a little giggly right now. Anyway, so although this moon is currently in the sign of Pisces, you don't need to have Pisces anywhere in your chart for this reading to apply to you. This reading is for all astrological signs collectively. Also, the energy captured at this full moon may be relevant now or any time in the future, whenever it resonates. So, as I mentioned in the last full moon reading, a blue moon is when we have 2 full moons in 1 month, and it's something that only happens every 2 to 3 years. If you're manifesting with me, make sure to star or highlight this moon to refer back to when the next blue moon comes to see what has come to fruition. Okay, so before I talk about how to manifest with the moon, I channeled some information this morning regarding the collective needs. This message won't be for everyone, but if you've been manifesting with me and have connected with some of the past lunar cycle readings, then this information could be important for you. It could also be important if you're new here. Okay, first, because we are working with the blue supermoon, when scripting your manifestations, make sure you are indicating your long-term goals and dreams, and don't just write the physical things you wish to manifest. Include also the intangible things, such as skills you want to develop, things you want to learn through reading or taking a class. Perhaps you want to try something that challenges or scares you a bit. Or maybe you want to start working on your bucket list. Perhaps you're working on personal growth and there are milestones you wish to meet. Maybe there are feelings you want to feel that you've never felt before. Or maybe you want to develop or deepen your connection to the universe, God, Source, Creator, Spirit. While scripting, be mindful of the person you're growing into and take the time to regularly visualize or really feel yourself becoming that greater version of self. Okay, secondly, with this moon, I am encouraging all of you to manifest as it pertains only to yourself, or at least some of your manifestations. I am challenging you to focus upon things having nothing to do with anyone else. Even if you're in a relationship or married, understand that your manifestations are just for you. Just because we may be partnered up, that doesn't mean we forego all of our wants, desires, and dreams. Hopefully your person would want to work on their own manifestations as well. Imagine being 2 whole people walking alongside each other in life, holding each other's hand, supporting and cheering each other on, rather than holding yourself or the other person back. Imagine you and your person having life experiences together and apart. We aren't meant to lose ourselves to someone or something or anything at all. If you're not fully conscious of yourself, of your sovereign spirit, then how much of your life is being controlled by or relinquished to others based on that lack of awareness? Everyone has free will to make personal choices and spiritual sovereignty to live accordingly, but those birthrights are easily lost if we are not aware of them or that they need to be maintained. For those of you in partnerships, and if you're not already working on these things, I challenge you to become aware of relationship codependencies and your own personal happiness. When manifesting, talk to your person about your needs for personal fulfillment that may or may not include them. This may challenge your relationship, but the idea here is to grow alongside each other, for you to have each other's back, to motivate and challenge each other to do and become the things you each desire for yourselves, which can and should include the other person when it pertains to the experiences you both want together, but also recognizes yourself as individuals with personal fulfillment needs. The idea is to become closer and form an unbreakable loving bond because you and your person are living authentically and wanting for each other what each person wants for themselves. This may involve personal growth on both ends, or a restructuring of the relationship to achieve goals both together and separately. The world is full of low vibrational competitiveness and lack mindset, neither of which have a rightful place in a healthy relationship. We need spiritually strong partnerships, people who are brave enough to allow for each other's spirits to truly live and shine, and who can support each other's greatness. I encourage you to inspire your partner's awareness of their own personal fulfillment. Imagine it going well, loving and feeling secure enough within yourself to allow each other room to breathe, to expand your personal wings, to respect time alone and safe relationships outside the partnership. Imagine being connected at the spiritual level and growing fonder for each other when you're apart, and holding sacredness and protection for your connection around others. If what I'm saying seems like a dream or a fantasy to you, then I'm challenging you to ask yourself, what part of myself is in resistance to trust, or feeling like I need to control or be obsequious to others? If you find yourself manipulating others to maintain control, or if you feel consumed by another, having given up your autonomy, or perhaps you don't even have personal goals anymore, I'm bringing this to your awareness. Approach your significant other from a place of love, growth, transparency, and inclusion. The idea isn't to grow apart, but to discuss and be real about the needs of your personal human experience in this one precious lifetime. The idea is to be with someone who wants to be with you, not who is forced to be with you. Our focus should always be on ourselves to improve anything. There needs to be more focus on being authentic and seeking the highest version of ourselves. Be with someone who recognizes your unique spirit, honors that uniqueness, supports that uniqueness, and indeed has their own uniqueness and things that they are also working on themselves. To love unconditionally is to value honesty, integrity, autonomy, as well as protection for the connection. And I feel the need to say, I'm not talking about ignoring deal breakers or sacrificing your own needs for a certain level of commitment, but I am talking about examining personal commitments, such that they might keep you or your person from being whole, happy, and complete. Our culture romanticizes and unhealthily promotes losing ourselves to one another as some kind of gesture or display of unconditional love, but that is a complete fallacy. Unconditional love does not ask you to stop loving yourself. In fact, it demands it. Unconditional love requires your authenticity. Otherwise, that person you think is in love with you is only in love with a facade. Unconditional love requires you to be yourself and your person themselves. And why wouldn't you want someone to love you for who you are? Again, I'm not talking about accepting unhealthy relationship dynamics or anything that doesn't align with you. I'm talking about two people with enough individual self-worth and confidence to be themselves with each other, and also about healing rejection and abandonment issues, so you can recognize where one or the other might be controlling or foregoing their personhood. Some of you may need to apply this to parents or friends as well. I am challenging you at this full blue supermoon to individuate a bit, whether you're in a relationship or not, to identify and know what you really want from life at this point in your journey, and to manifest accordingly. A while back, I posted some affirmations for individuation, which I will post in the description box below in case it is helpful to you. I am also available for consultations at any point during your personal healing or spiritual journeys. Okay, so that was a lot to unpack. It may be helpful to revisit that channeled guidance again later to digest it more fully, but for now I'm going to move on to how to manifest with the moon. If you've been here before, feel free to skip ahead to the reading using your timestamp below, or you can just follow along with me. Alright, so if you're new to my channel, a big reason why I offer lunar cycle readings is because I know how much it personally benefits me, and I love sharing that with you. Staying in touch with the lunar phases is a meaningful way to connect to yourself, to your spirit, and to whatever you wish to manifest or release in your life. I personally connect deeply with the cycles of Mother Earth, the Sun, and the Moon, but the moon phases in particular offer a way to observe one's life more closely and ground manifestations practically and rhythmically. Many pre-Christian cultures operated by the moon cycles because of its tangibility to indicate the passing of time and to track which moon came with which seasonal change. And because of the moon's orbit and proximity to Earth, the waxing and waning of the new and full moons offer us a sense of perceivable time from which to observe our lives more closely, in roughly 2-week increments, as opposed to the sun, which offers us a broader view, allowing us to see the big picture of our lives by observing 6 months at a time with the equinoxes and solstices, or with the full revolution, our annual cycles. So with the moon, we can break up our plans and goals into small, doable, foreseeable chunks of time and be more attuned to the seasons, as well as our own natural cycles and rhythms. It may also be helpful to monitor your manifestations over 6 months to see what has come to fruition, and you can do this by noting the sign that a new moon is in, then seeing what has come to fruition 6 months later by the full moon in that same sign. This can be done in reverse, of course, so if you've been writing down your goals or manifestations, have a look at what you scribed back in probably February or March of 2022, at the new moon in Pisces and see what has come to form by this full moon. So when working with the moon, just know that the energies of the new and full moons, as well as the waxing and waning phases, can be harnessed toward your goals and intentions. The full moon, which is where we're at now at the time of this reading, is often recognized as the midpoint of a lunar cycle. So this is a powerful time for releasing anything that may be holding you back from your goals, such as negative mindsets, limiting beliefs, people, places, or things. The full moon is a great time to readjust your sails for course correction, realign with your higher self, or even refine your goals. You can also set new intentions at the full moon. Basically, feel free to celebrate any moon phase in any way that feels meaningful to you. I do feel, though, that the most effective moon ritual is simply one that's done from your heart and done so regularly, so like at every new moon, or every full moon, or both. Rhythm is energy, and keeping a regular ritual strengthens and maintains this energy flow toward your intentions. Also, always remember that thoughts and words are spells, whether you're fully conscious of them or not. Energy sent out is energy returned, so be sure what you're putting out into the universe is energetically what you'd like to receive back. If you'd like to continue following the lunar cycles, please join me here every new and full moons for a collective energy check. You can also view my playlist of lunar cycle readings whenever you wish, as they are all timeless. So, what do we have to look forward to for this full blue supermoon in Pisces? What energy is this full moon bringing to the collective? That is the reading for today. Up next is the Meditative Shuffle and then the reading to follow. You can watch them both or navigate as you wish using the timestamps below. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I'll see you at your reading. Hello everyone, welcome to this reading for the full blue supermoon in Pisces, August 2023. This is a timeless reading. Thank you all so much for joining me. Okay, collective, this is, hands down a divine feminine, divine masculine reading. So if you don't resonate with that, you can go ahead and click off now. Collectively, what I'm seeing is the divine feminine and the divine masculine both having new beginnings. I would say separately, those of you who may resonate with the term soulmate or twin flame, I feel like this could be a connection. However, it doesn't have to be. Individually, I see things happening for both the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and whether or not these two are a divine match or something. It could also be part of this equation, but like I said, it doesn't have to be. Okay, so in the center here, we have new beginnings. Number 44, this is the angelic realm. So, with divine feminines and divine masculines coinciding with the number 44, we are talking about earth angels. So these are individuals with divine paths, with big missions, okay? They have each individually gone through a tremendous amount of learning and growth, a gaining of knowledge and wisdom throughout their lifetime in order to get on their path toward their higher self. They have experienced a life which provided them big shoes to fill, and they filled them. So both of these individuals are quite accomplished in their own right, and by accomplished, I mean interpersonal growth and or spiritual growth, right? Because at this level, we're talking about spiritual beings. And there's the saying, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Well, not everyone knows this, and not everyone believes it. And regardless of other people's thoughts or beliefs about it, these two individuals have gone through a metaphorical parkour to achieve a certain spiritual level. And this is significant both in the spiritual realm as well as the physical realm. Generally, what happens with these types is that their spiritual rank is revealed to them in the physical when they accept their spiritual journey. Okay, so these are the types we're working with in this reading. Over here we have the Divine Feminine. Queen of Pentacles is a powerful creator, okay? We can associate her with Mother Earth. So this is, someone who basically is a master manifester, right? She's literally the ground. She's a grounded energy. She's someone who can pull from the ethers and bring forth life, bring forth beauty, bring forth tangible abundance to herself and those around her. Here we have the Empress, also representing what I just said, okay? But the Empress differentiates slightly in that she is all four queens. So this is one queen associated with Mother Earth goddess archetype. The Empress is associated with all four queens, having gone through, like I said, this parkour type of life where you experience all the difficulties that all four queens would go through. Okay, so the Empress is also an abundant energy because she has learned to recognize and navigate and transmute all of the energies that the four queens would go through and come out the other side of that still a loving, kind, beautiful, regenerative, abundant energy. Okay, so below New Beginnings, we have Beyond the Ordinary. This is, we're talking about an ethereal level of consciousness. We're talking about a divine connection, okay? And with this divine connection, we're going to expect a powerful change here with this new moon eclipse card. Eclipse energy is kind of like, it represents, in a sense, an inward journey and then sort of bursting out a new person, okay? A bit like birth. So, when the moon covers the sun, it's like that inward journey. We go into our darkness, we face our shadows, we learn all the things, and then we emerge bright like the sun, and we glow with all of our uniqueness, individuality, our own awesomeness, and whatever we have to offer the world. Okay, this is sun energy. And if you notice with the eclipse, when the moon is covering parts of the sun, it actually magnifies the light somehow, which is why we're not allowed to look at the sun during an eclipse. And so when that sun emerges from behind the moon, This is literally like a new star being born. This is goddess archetype, okay? So own that. And this isn't something that we own with ego. This is something that we own because it's inherent, because we have gone through the things. We have learned and grown and accepted our paths. And, owning your power and becoming divine light, that is truly something beyond the ordinary. Okay, and doing this, like I said, this journey, this inward journey, it requires us to step out of our comfort zone. So some of you may be in this stage where you are still working through some of those fears. Okay, we have new moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. Okay, this is normal, right? And nothing you can't handle, being the Empress. But you already know that you're on your North Node, okay? You're on it, you're on your path, okay? You know your purpose, okay? You're in gratitude for everything you have, everything that's coming to you, all the lessons you've learned. Okay, and truly, I cannot overstate enough the abundance that comes with the Queen of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Abundance card. Okay, so if you were worried about your finances, your stability, or anything like that, the cards are clearly showing here that your abundance is coming with this new beginning. Expect powerful change, okay? Okay, so over here we have the Divine Masculine. He's also on his journey in a different way. So while the collective energy for the Divine Feminine is showing that she is actually working on herself, potentially solo, but not, it doesn't have to be. The Queen of Pentacles is a married energy. The Empress is a mother. So, this doesn't have to be a single person, but it absolutely could. So either way, take that as it resonates. For the masculine, I feel that he's leaving behind what he has recognized to be no longer in his best interest, no longer serving his highest good. He is truly focusing on his peace. He's creating powerful change in his life with the number 5, and he's bringing about drastic endings here with the 28 reducing to the 10. So I really feel like the Divine Masculine has understood the importance of protecting his peace, understood the importance of alone time, protecting his sexual energy, listening to his intuition, and following guidance. The new beginnings for the Divine Masculine has to do with, really owning that intuition, opening the heart space in a sense where he accepts that he needs to love himself. He needs to respect himself. He needs to appreciate himself because the Divine Masculine has been taken advantage of, okay, for his own manifestation abilities. I feel that the Divine Feminine has recognized that as well, but the Divine Masculine is still in the stage of, I want to say grief a little bit, okay, as well as that taking care of himself, really honoring his needs, getting the sleep he needs, drinking enough water, monitoring what he consumes through social media, through acquaintances, through family, through anything, okay? He's really just understanding what it means to truly protect his energy and maintain focus on what is truly important to him. And being the King of Swords energy, the Divine Masculine right now is in their mental energy. So they're doing a lot of thinking, a lot of mental processing. And I would say that the guidance here is to, honor that, right? We need to be able to think clearly about our wants and needs, where we're going in life, but also to integrate here with the Six of Swords, all this water energy, okay, really using your emotions to your advantage, working through your triggers, understanding what there is to learn from those triggers, okay? Really having those deep questions for yourself. And honestly, it doesn't take that much time. We can have an emotion and we can be like, wow, this hurts, or this sucks, or, however it is. And we can literally at the same time be asking ourselves, what is this teaching me? Okay? And when we allow the learning process to happen at the same time we're releasing, it's just this really big, powerful wave that cleanses us. Okay? We don't hang on to those emotions. They come and they go. They're temporary. And so we don't need to fear them. In fact, when we allow them and release them, they don't need to come back. Like, there's certain levels of needing to process things over and over again until it's fully released. There is some aspects of that, especially as it pertains to things like grieving a lost loved one or experiencing some other kind of life-changing loss. But in general, even that process morphs and we learn more and more, and what we cry over isn't exactly what we cried over last time. So there is an evolution to our emotional processing. And like I said, as we release, we heal. And our triggers are no longer that important. They're no longer triggers. So my advice here for the Divine Masculine is, while you're using all of your mental energy, your logic mind, balance it out, okay, by honoring those emotions. Because here we are trying to evolve into balanced human beings. And, using our intuition is also about being in touch with those emotions. You can see here on the card, this woman's face is half submerged in water, and her third eye is shown as a beautiful big butterfly. And so that's validating for me as well, that importance of balancing your emotions and your heart with your mental energy. Okay, I do also want to point out that the Divine Masculine is doing a powerful job of protecting himself spiritually. Okay, you have a lot of divine protection, and I see that you're maintaining that by staying in connection with yourself and with spirit. Okay, I see with the animal representations that you are listening to guidance. And also, there's the guru energy here with the man being at the top of the mountain. All right, so the back of the deck energies also represent the Divine Masculine. I showed them for the Divine Feminine, but the Divine Masculine, this energy that he's moving into is also his abundance. This is a brand new beginning for him, a powerful one. Okay, he's owning everything he has to offer in the world, and that is what is creating this abundance for him. Okay, he's got a powerful purpose, and he knows this. He also knows his own power. He knows that he is powerful. Okay, he is abundant. Okay, he's also worked through fears. Okay, those things that he has wrestled with in his mind in order to make these powerful changes in his life. Okay, he is understanding what is truly important. So, for both of these energies, Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine, what we have here with the back of the deck tarot is the Judgment card. This is super powerful. Okay, both of them have made judgment calls on their lives to blossom, to grow, to be powerful creators, because they both know that we create our own realities. Okay, so I am excited for this reading. It's interesting because I was actually thinking about doing a Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine reading, and here it just came out. I just saw a dragonfly too, so someone needs to look up the meaning of dragonfly. All right, so collective, that is your reading for the full blue supermoon in Pisces, August 2023. If it resonated and you feel comfortable sharing, I would love your confirmations. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to support my channel, and hit the bell for all notifications if you'd like to stay connected to my future readings. If you're interested in booking a reading with me, my website, reneegomez.com, is in the description box below, as well as links to donate and to all the decks I used in this reading. May the power of this full blue supermoon bring about all that is in your heart, and may you have a beautiful day from wherever in the world you're watching. I'm sending you all grounding energy and love. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you at my next reading.